Chief AJ here. You've probably seen me on many History Channel shows like Top Shot, Birdzilla, Into the Unknown. Well, David Hatcher Childers of the History Channel influenced me to do a new series called Chief AJ's Mystic America. Now, Chief AJ's Mystic America is going to be different from other travel shows. You've got travel shows that go to strange places and eat bugs. You have them go to scenic areas. There's travel shows that go to haunted places. But I'm going to take you to mystic places right here in the good old USA. And for my first episode of Chief AJ's Mystic America, we're going to an impact crater from a meteor that made this impact crater. And there is people living in this crater. There are giant fossils in this crater. And the best known animal effigy in the whole world is inside of this crater. Now, the people that live in this crater, some of them think they're descendants of star people. But not only does this crater have a lot of mystic things going for it, but the inside of the crater was also influenced by a star constellation. Mystic.
Hi, my name's Jason, and we're going to go on a tour of Serpent Mound in Adams County, Ohio. Right here is Serpent Mound, and here's Peoples, and just south of Peoples there's an Amish furniture store. Right in front of the Amish store here is what they refer to as Sunken Mountain. And every place else on the planet, when you start digging, you go back in time. It's Sunken Mountain. The further down you dig, the younger the planet gets, because an ancient Ordovician era meteorite struck a shallow sea, washed out all this breccia from the impact, and then the shallow sea washed it all back in, forming Sunken Mountain here. And when you park here, you can see the crater rim all the way around Adams County, Ohio. Alright, we're in Adams County, Ohio. We've driven up to the top of the biggest knoll here. But as you're standing on top of this hill, you can look out in the distance and see the crater rim all 360 degrees around us. So we're at the top of the Sunken Mountain, where the meteorite impact threw up all the breccia that's now become the local soil. Hey Becky.
Hey!
Here we are in Adams County, Ohio. We just saw the rim of the crater all the way around us. What do you think of it so far?
I saw the rim. Well, it's very interesting, and this is a cute little town. What's the name of this town?
Peoples, Ohio.
Peoples, Ohio. And what's so special about Peoples?
We're right at the middle of the crater made back in the Ordovician period, and the whole area is formed on breccia and fossils from the Ordovician period. We're going to go look at some fossils and check out Serpent Mound, which was built right on the crater rim.
Wow.
The only way you can see the entirety of Serpent Mound is from the air.
This is Adams County Serpent Mound. You can see the tail of the serpent here coiled around. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, I'm in Serpent Mound with Jason Eagle, and it's been Jason Eagle's big dream to come here when the Serpent Mound has a light coating of snow so it'll stand out better. Well, what do you think? Is this what you were waiting for?
This is just about perfect. You can see the contours of the serpent come up in the camera now as we have a heavy snow on one side and a little bit green peeking out the other. I hope everything's coming out good on camera and it works its way out. and up to all the different coils. And each coil is pointing at a different constellation. And you notice we got this giant rattlesnake, but we don't have a tail on it. And the question has been, where's the tail? And the current theory is over on our right, we got a big reflecting pool, and when the Pleiades came up in the reflecting pool, you could see the serpent's tail and the reflection of the Pleiades coming together.
The Bible says that Pleiades constellation is a sweet influence on earth.
All right, here at Serpent Mound in Ohio, we've had foreign exchange students come in from all over the world, and all they want to do is come to see Serpent Mound when they're staying with host families in Ohio, and the host families don't know about it. But it's in the kids' textbooks all over the world. And according to the History Channel's Ancient Aliens, David Hatcher Childress says this is the most important place in North America. And you can see all the coils here. And they used to let you get on the coils, and people with different ailments set in different coils for cures. And of course, that direction we have the coiled up tail, and this direction we have the egg-shaped head. There was a reflection pool just like at the Washington Monument. So you have the serpent up the hill and a reflecting pool below it. And when the Pleiades, the 4 Pleiades came out, you could see them finishing off the tail of the serpent.
Now, Pleiades, you're talking about the 7 sister stars?
Yes. So you get that 7 stars in the reflecting pool, bringing back to the serpent once a year.
Now here's the mystic tie-in between Pleiades and Ohio and Orion and Egypt. The 3 stars in Orion's belt determine the layout of the pyramids in Egypt, as Pleiades influenced the shape of serpent mounds in Ohio. Now that is mystic.
And here you can get an idea of, it's not only coiling in 2 dimensions, but in 3 dimensions with this cliffside. And I'm just going to try to capture that in a styrofoam model with the cliff actually moving, so you can see.
Like a snake undulates?
A snake undulates in 3 dimensions, back and forth and up and down with the hillside.
Egg or turtle, you can sure see it better covered with snow.
All right, we're here at the very head of the Serpent Mound in Ohio. Up here's the serpent, and its head is pointing directly at sunset on summer solstice, overlooking the crater valley that was dug out by an ancient meteorite. And out here over the horizon, we can see the rim of the crater circling this part of the valley. And we just recently know that it was a meteorite strike because NASA found osmium and other rare earth elements in the soils around here. Of course, any metal from the meteorite strike is long gone. It happened in the Ordovician period when it was a shallow sea ruled by trilobites. And the trilobite fossil, the giant Isotylus maximus, is the state fossil that represents all that eons and eons of time under the water.
Are we going to get to see some of those fossils?
I'm sure we can find you some to film. Here at Peoples, Ohio, in Tom Johnson's fossil shop, and this is one of the trilobite fossils. This is what was swimming around the Ordovician Sea when the meteorite impact happened quite a while ago. And you can see this is not the state fossil, but this is the size of the Isotylus maximus that can be found here in Ohio and is the state fossil.
I hope you enjoyed Chief AJ's Mystic America. I hope it made you ask yourself a question. I hope it made you want to go to that meteor impact crater. Now for my next show, I'm going to take you to a mystic place where there's rhinoceros, full skeletons stacked one on top of another in this mystic place there's camel skeletons stacked one on top of another. Now I bet your school teacher never told you that rhinoceroses and camels roamed mid-America. It takes an old Indian to take you to these mystic places. Chief A.J.'s Mystic America. Come on now, it wouldn't be a real TV show without a commercial. So Chief A.J.'s Mystic America is being brought to you by my Chief A.J. Elite Sling Bow. With this sling bow I have harvested grizzly bears and moose and several deer. So go to www.chiefaj.com and order a sling bow of your own from the good old chief.